Nothing we say is investment advice. Please pause on all 3 pages of this disclaimer and read it.
Good morning, everybody. It's Cowboy Friday and 8:30 a.m. EST. We are live, and we're going for it. We got some interesting stuff over on the Bitcoins here. The Bitcoins, I like to talk like a boomer sometime and call it the Bitcoins. So, oh yeah, I've got 4 Bitcoins. Like, oh, you have. Okay, so did you buy them yesterday? Did you sell your stock to buy Bitcoins? I know, what a dick. Respect for what happened to my charts? Respect for people who can actually sell enough stock to buy a few Bitcoins, though. That's amazing. I probably wouldn't do that personally. I probably would borrow against the stock to get Bitcoin, but that has its own risks as well. So talk to your investment advisor before doing anything. Don't listen to me, just like the beginning of the video said. But yeah, we're here, we're live, we're running, and we had an interesting day yesterday. Certainly we had an interesting day. We had at basically 10:30 a.m. right? We had at 10:30 a.m. we had, or 10 o'clock a.m., which ended up being like right after the show. That was EST, by the way. About a half hour after the show, there was some post maybe just before that. On Bitcoin, and the little short was right here, pretty much for the stars right there, right? It did look like there was shoulders. There was a lot of reasons for price maybe to go do a quick pullback, and it was a low-sized short. It wasn't a very big short at all. So long story short, that got nuked, right? You see price pulled up really hard. And in doing so, what ended up going down was that there was a senator from Wyoming who said that there was big news coming, and it was regarding Bitcoin. Said, "Oh, what's this?" Everybody's waiting for that Bitcoin reserve, and she turns out it was kind of related to that. It wasn't that, but everybody got excited, bought the crap out of Bitcoin, and we had I want to say it was like a 5 or 6% move in minutes. It was really, really fast. Let's go ahead and measure how quick, or at least how big the move was over a few hours. It made its way up 5.5%, but I think in minutes it was like a 4 or 5% move. So of course my short got nuked. Such things happen when you're trading. That's one risk. It's called headline risk. When with trading, you can have it where whatever your trades are doing there, you can end up with issues. You're just, some news comes out and completely goes against what the plan was, and you lose a trade. Things happen. And that is why it was also sitting at a support. Just coincidentally, they happened to bring this really bullish news out right as Bitcoin was ready to fall. And I just can't help but think that you have all of the right people or whatever in Bitcoin, all the important people in Bitcoin. And, therefore you're going to have, price being held up. And I don't know if you've been watching, but if you've been watching, a lot of very large purchases of Bitcoin have happened in the last, few days. You're having billions of dollars, billions and billions, but at least a couple billion in stable. What do you call it? You have BlackRock and their type buying billions of dollars, or at least I think at least a billion, hundreds of millions, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not looking at there's been a lot of purchases of Bitcoin lately in the last week, and so that should tell you a lot. That should tell you that people are very interested in crypto. And I just can't help but think that as price comes to a support right here, very clear support that I just put, and I'm going to highlight this rectangle in a different color because there's a lot on that screen right there. Right here, for there to be this, this business right here, where price keeps coming down into that area, and as it comes down into that area, it gets shoved back up. It's happened here, here. So every time price comes into the area, and it even happened back in this area as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 massive wicks in that area, and that's just kind of annoying. But that is what it is. And so long story short, it came into that area, and just magically this announcement happened right as price was kind of looking like it wanted to fall down. And it seems to me that there's a lot of very important people who want to keep Bitcoin up to a certain level. So that's just a theory there. And so, I had thought that we would see a little more volatility, not a little less volatility, and a little more bullishness to the upside. But what's happened here with Bitcoin over the week is that a lot of people were expecting something from Trump at the inauguration or shortly thereafter. They're expecting him to announce a Bitcoin reserve, and it didn't happen. Of course, there was the Melania coin that back on Sunday really crushed price downward, and then it came right back up in anticipation of Trump talking about the inauguration, and the inauguration ended without any talk of Bitcoin, so it went back down, and then it just, so it's a wild week, and I am wondering if the next I don't know, few months at least might be kind of wild like this, with just weird swings and expectation of announcements and things. But Bitcoin is really volatile as it is. These kind of wild moves happen with Bitcoin, but we're in kind of unprecedented times with that right now. I've seen stuff like this happen, not completely unprecedented. This kind of looks like, it reminds me of 2017, a lot of, China banned Bitcoin and there's just nukes down. Oh no, China didn't ban Bitcoin. Oh, India banned Bitcoin. Like, it was just all these crazy swings based on line risk. And this is why one of the reasons to go trade Forex. Another reason is that you have these massive, year and a half periods where Bitcoin is not doing anything. And I think some of the best way to get wealth is to buy Bitcoin when it's cheap, 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, and then just keep buying it when it's cheap, and then holding on to it and never ever selling it until it gets nice and high, because it has a 4-year cycle. But you can't trade into that in the bear market very easily unless you're really good with options, and you're not in the US and you can be on Deribit. And for the most part, most people are not going to be successful at trading into Bitcoin at those low levels, which is why I actually trade Forex. And I realize trading Forex is a lot more stable, and I can take my gains from Forex and put them into crypto should I wish to do so. And that's why I'm primarily a Forex trader, and you'll see Forex charts. And this bull market probably will end. I don't know if it's going to be the same kind of bear market that it used to be with all of the big money in. It might, only be kind of a mild bear market. We're going to find out what happens with that. No way to tell the future. Most bull markets end the year after halving sometime. And the last few have ended towards the end of that year. So, we might see, it's really kind of, each cycle is a little individual. Each 4-year cycle quirks. I expect to see the top anytime between February and the fall. It could really be any of those times. So we're just going to have to, keep an eye out for that. I've got some tools that give me some pretty big clues as to when the top is. Price action can also do the same thing. In the meantime, after that, what I'm going to do is continue to keep my algos sharp, because that following year and the year after, when Bitcoin really starts to fall, there's not a lot of money to be made. Even if you're shorting Bitcoin, make some money after the bull. You can short it on the way down if you have the capability, or if you live in an area that allows you to be on those exchanges. But I can go over Forex. I can trade it all day long, regardless of what crypto's doing, and I can use those wins. That's what I do, and that also keeps my trading tools really sharp for when crypto comes back in a couple of years. So come on over to algofactor.tech. We will help you straighten out whatever your trading is. If you're even a professional trader and you want to sharpen up your game, we had somebody come over who has been trading for years, and this happened a few months ago, and I got this email from him, really a text message, and he says, "Hey, I gotta leave Algo Factor." I said, "Oh shoot, what did we do wrong? Is everything okay?" He goes, "Oh no, it's great." He goes, "You actually fixed my trading." I said, "Oh, okay, well shoot, that's awesome." He says, "Yeah, we don't need you anymore." I said, "Okay, perfect, go tell your friends." So our target audience is going to be somebody who already knows how to trade, but that's not who it's been. We actually were aimed at people who didn't know how to trade, and we have the ability to start from the beginning as well. So don't be afraid to come learn how to trade and all that. Do already know how to, but you need to be profitable. Come see us as well, algofactor.tech. Learn how to trade like a hedge fund pro, and never ever forget,
join us or die.